obsession with shiny objects for the web. Hopefully you guys walk away with a little bit of something, and we have some fun doing it. I mean, it is still morning, so I expect the caffeine hasn't quite kicked in yet. I wanted to break it down and make it simple for folks to kind of get the key points. So we're going to go through these throughout this entire deck, but first one is connect. You know, connect meaning with social media you can connect. Everything's really hyper-connected with social media and social networking these days. Just about every product out there is building a community on their site. I mean, lead. You always heard it, you know, I've always heard it. You got to be a leader, you got to get out there and do stuff. But how do you really do that? You know, before social media and some of these products, it was really difficult to get out and take that initiative. Speak. That's what I'm doing right now. But I want to make this more than just me speaking. I want to make sure that you guys are also, interacting. We're asking questions, and we're getting somewhere. Because I want to make sure you get everything you can out of today. So basically, leveraging social media products, you can create fresh content very easily. I mentioned already the video cameras, the photography, even a photo. Photos, you know, what do they say about photos, right? Basically, they're more powerful, right? So you can. You know, it's worth 1,000 words. So even a photo on Flickr or on Facebook with a little message underneath could be more as powerful as you writing a long essay that maybe somebody might not have a chance to read because they're really busy. So humanize is a word that we just coined, and it's basically for giving a human touch or a human feel to your story, because we are human, and with good or bad, it's okay if you make mistakes. It's okay if as long as you're out there and people understand that you're human. I mean, obviously, I've been doing this for a while. I've made mistakes, and done things that are not, maybe at the time seem like a good idea, but they do come back to haunt you. So it's just the fact of the matter is you got to be ready to take the good with the bad, because being transparent, you can't be transparent and not transparent at the same time. It's very difficult. You got to either be 100% out there or not, and so I've chosen to be 100% out there. So, I mean, it's a fine line. Optimize. Stay on top of real-time feedback. So, because of social media, you don't have to send a survey out. We can actually go out to the web and find out what people are saying about our products all the time, which is amazing. The feedback loop that we have these days is awesome. I mean, if you're trying to create a product or you've got a publication you've published, you're going to be able to go out and actually see people reading about your article, or mentioning your articles, or mentioning videos you've created, and because you can really go out and you can search real time, and you have analytics that will help bring back what people are doing. So it's amazing. It's an exciting time because you can take that and you can really use it and tweak it to be even better. We're good. We got the handout. We understand all the points. Okay, so we're going to move on to connect. So as I mentioned, connect is a way that you connect with through these tools. You can connect with people you would never have connected with before. You might be able to, through Flickr, find people that are really like-minded in a certain field and like to take pictures about breakfast. And maybe you've got a breakfast publication that you're writing, and therefore you're finding people that are using and taking pictures of breakfast, and they're going to help become your brand advocates. If you reach out to them and you kind of explain what you're trying to do, give me hands or somebody shout out what are some of the different kinds of publications that you guys are marketing. Does anyone want to shout out? Anyone feel that they're comfortable enough right now to shout out something? Telecom. Okay. Anyone else? Oil and gas. Oil and gas. Ooh, that's a good one. New technology. New technology.
Advanced military computing.
Advanced military computing. That's a good one. So, let's talk about that. Advanced military computing. Probably going to have to figure out some other words that also mean the same thing, because I don't know if everyone's going to call it this exact same thing, but you probably can go on to search.twitter.com, find people talking about similar things. You could go to Flickr and look for photos of folks using the exact same thing, connect with them, and then figure out, are they interested in this, or they just randomly take a picture of an advanced military computer. Either way, you might have a new friend or enemy, depending upon what side of the fence they're on, and either way, you've now made a new contact that could help be an advocate for your product or service. Okay, so last night, just so y'all know, I didn't sleep. I don't know why. Maybe it's the oxygen in this place or whatever, but I didn't sleep at all. And I was ready to do this. So I started a little experiment. It's called the social media definition experiment on YouTube. How many people have been on YouTube, use YouTube regularly? Been on YouTube? Okay, so people have been on YouTube. How many people have a YouTube account? Not as many, but still a few. Okay, so YouTube. Video site, lots of videos, usually contributed videos, bought by Google, started in 2004 from some folks that used to be at PayPal, then went over to create this company called YouTube, sold for $1.65 billion. With you know, copyright infringement lawsuits pending, yet they still sold for that much to Google. If you go onto YouTube, you can actually search today. There's a new video I put out last night. I think it already has 500 views and a bunch of video responses. It is for everyone out there to define social media their own way. Do a little video response to what does social media mean to you. And so if you go to if you look for Somewhat Frank, you'll probably find, if you look for social media, what does social media mean to you on YouTube, you'll find it. I'd love to hear your perspective on it, because everyone's got a different perspective. That's the interesting thing about social media. How many people are Oprah fans? I think she's an interesting, I mean, I don't watch the show personally, but I like what she does. I think she's a phenomenal, you know, she's got it. She's got that thing that everyone follows. So, Oprah. Okay, everyone say it. Oprah. Oprah. We're gonna wake up Vegas with Oprah today, because Oprah is doing some good things on the web. She is actually engaging her audience. She's using new products, shiny new objects, and she's doing it in an interesting way. If you want to be an industry leader about telecom or new military computing, or shout out another one. What we got? New one. What is it?
Tax.
That's a good one. I would like to know more about that. So, how would you do that? Let's think about that. So, tell me more about tax. What kind of things do you do with tax that people might be interested in? I don't know where that came from. I'm looking over this direction. I heard it. Oh, it's over there. Okay. So, what do you do with tax?
Try to pay less.
I know. So do I. I think we all do. That's awesome. So, tell me how I can do that. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. That's awesome. People would love that. You should get on Twitter and say, save on taxes. Done. And people will follow you, and you'll give them advice on how to save on taxes, because everyone wants to do that. Taxes! Yeah! Taxes! Woo! Let's do it! Seriously, you gotta fire up the people and get people fired up about what you're doing. Taxes take me forever, man. So, that's what I'm trying to say, though, is there anybody out there, the tax guy out there? Other than Uncle Sam? He's not good. No, I don't think so. So, basically, you can be anything you want to be. That's a no-brainer. Give me another one. This is fun. Give me another one. Come on.
School buses.
School buses. School bus safety or just school buses?
Everything.
Okay, so I would start with safety, because some people think, we gotta, first off, actually, we could start with a song. What's the song? You know the song. Everyone knows the song, right?
I don't know the song.
Wheels of the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Wheels of the bus go round and round. All the way, right? I've got most of the words, but the coffee is kicking in. So, yeah. Okay, so that's a fun one. We could totally do that, and people might even give me your take on wheels go round and round. I mean, I know you probably would have to check, if you own that song, who owns that song. But I really don't think anyone owns that song.
Not who would stand up.
Right, that's a new admit, right? So you can maybe make your own song. I don't know. So that's a great one. Sharing is caring. The reason I'm here sharing this with you is because I care. I want you guys to get out there and be successful. I want you to create the tax site. I want you to do school buses and become a leader in that space.